The latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net.
We built Fireside to be a new interactive storytelling platform for the best storytellers, whether they're podcasters, authors, filmmakers, comedians, to create shows with their audiences and distribute it everywhere.
At Podcast Movement, Mark Cuban and Fallon Fatemi spoke about their new storytelling platform, Fireside Chat. Cuban described podcasting as being old, tired, and beat up, adding, "There's only one way to monetize, by lying to secure sponsorships." The app is available now on iOS. We've reactions to their speech in our show notes and our newsletter today. Libsyn also announced a partnership with Fireside Chat. The partnership will, quotes, make the podcast distribution experience seamless for the Fireside creator. Now, Fallon Fatemi did say on stage, "Your ideas are your IP," and Libsyn are quoted as saying Fireside is very focused on making sure you own your own content. But here's what Fireside Chat's terms and conditions say. You agree that Fireside may use the recordings for any commercial and non-commercial purposes without further compensation or permissions. And you understand that all recordings in which you participate are the exclusive property of Fireside. We've asked Fireside for a statement. Elsewhere, Chartable has suffered a denial of service attack. The company suggests it's now resolved. Another podcast company also suffered a denial of service attack this week. It's suspected that the attackers deliberately chose the week of Podcast Movement. Is it time to listen to Reason? Reason is a new podcast app that lets listeners interact with content creators. You can download it now. Moonbeam wants to be the TikTok for podcasts, according to an article in The Hustle, a curated clips podcast. It's from entrepreneur Paul English. iHeartRadio is to work with French multimedia group Énergie to develop, translate and distribute podcasts for French audiences. One of the first to be produced will be Stuff You Should Know. And Podkites added social channels like Twitter or Facebook to its Kite Links pages. We link to ours in our show notes and in our newsletter today. And in podcast news, Note to Future Me interviews Mark Steadman about his recent work for Pod News. Who indexes what in podcast apps? The Old Spice Boys is a new football and soccer podcast presented by Neil Harmon and John Richardson. Its first guest is Harry Redknapp. And Cricket Daily releases its 50th show today, a 15-minute weekday show. It delivers all the news you need to know from both men and women's cricket around the world. And that's the latest from our newsletter. For all the links, we're at podnews.net.